Cats. Hey yo guys, Ruby Blue here, and welcome to stream number 13, I believe. This might be an unlucky stream. I hope YouTube servers are okay. Anyway, I'm not alone today. Well, I've got two cats, both Taco and Bella in my room, so it's bound to be chaotic. But I also have someone you guys might know with me.
Hello, everybody. I am, as you may or may not know, xtremetuberVII.
Yes, indeed. The guy who donated ridiculous amounts of money on
And still
the
has
last
to
few
pay for a
streams.
commission.
Which I will finish soon. Definitely.
Oh my gosh, what a frame to join the stream on.
I know, right? I'll post that commission on my DeviantArt after it's finished, so you guys will get to see it. And I think it's going to be my best commission yet. And for once, it's not going to be the cuddling in bed scene that I've been commissioned to do a lot. It's going to be a very, very beautiful, beautiful sunset scene. And so I can't wait for you guys to see that. But yeah, I have xtremetuber here with me. And xtremetuber, if you don't mind, you could keep an eye on the chat for me, like Ryan and Sean did. And if you see anything interesting, just feel free to just read it aloud.
Oh yeah, I definitely got my eye on the chat. And you're welcome, Larissa Lisco.
Today we're going to be working on sketching the backgrounds. I'm still working on the in-betweens. We're still not done with that, but you know, I've decided to do something. I'm doing different processes here to keep the streams interesting. And so we're going to be changing pace quite a bit for this stream. As always, there's a poll in the description about what you want me to do after this current episode part, if whether you want me to go on to episode 4 or make an episode 1 remake. Poll for that is in the description, and I'm pretty sure we already have a thumbnail candidate for today's fan art, so that's great. We already have 2 thumbnail candidates, and I love them both. And as always, I have a Patreon that you guys can support me on, so if you want to help support me even more than just watching me, I'd greatly appreciate it. But yeah, we're gonna get started. And we're just gonna be listening to the same music as always, Soul Calibur 2, Sonic Adventure 1 and 2, Mix, and Sonic R. Probably add some more music to this folder as time goes on, but I have to find out what's good to play and what's not. And we're starting off right away with It Doesn't Matter from Sonic Adventure, the SA1 version.
Ruby, do you know how much delay the chat stream has?
Between, you mean on screen?
Yeah.
Something like... Well, in the video itself, on the video itself, the chat on screen appears in time to where I'm reading it. Where I'm reading it after it appears, so the delay there is fine, but the delay between the chat and on the video seems to be something like 5 or 10 seconds. Oh, also, shoutouts to Corbin22, whom I also did a commission. Whom I also did a commission for. You can find that on my DeviantArt. It's called Luke and Vulcan.
More people. More! Yes, that's right. More Patreons. Finger taps that you can't see because this is in a video stream.
Alright, we're going to be having a little bit of blast from the past here as I look at references, have references to the past parts so I can have some references in which I sketch the backgrounds that I need to. And this stream can only be 5 hours because I got things to attend to after this stream ends. I've got things to attend to at 4 o'clock today. So this stream, it definitely isn't going to be as long as the last ones because it can't be. So this is the one time where my predictions will actually be accurate to how long the stream will actually be.
Ah, man. I feel like I'm put on the spotlight here. I wonder if Ryan had to go through this the first time he was on the stream.
Don't worry. It's not all... the animation streams aren't all about talking. The chat is good with creating discussion within themselves. And it's just to occasionally chime in.
Yeah, they are good at that. And I missed 2 whole hours of it.
Don't feel obligated. Don't feel like you're put on the spot or anything. It's the animation streams are like really more like focused streams for me, and I've turned the gaming streams into the talkative streams. So,
what is a UTAU, Echo Capital?
I really don't know how long this stream will be, Glitchy. I mean, sketching backgrounds definitely is a lot less time than all the other processes, but still. I always underestimate the passage of time.
Yeah, I'm curious about that. How come they don't tell you how much time you're spending on it?
The chat?
No, well, yes, them, but also the Ryan and Sean.
Well, I guess because they understand that this kind of stuff takes a lot of time and patience to sort of perfect, I guess.
Calvin has lovely green eyes. I'm just gonna throw that out there.
It's a very rare eye color.
Yes, it is. And, it's almost as rare as Hazel, and with a specific set of genes, blonde hair and green eyes. But, of course, you all know that... Actually, I don't know. How much of Calvin's hair is dyed?
Well, his natural hair color is, you can tell by his eyebrows.
Yeah.
So all of the hair on his head is dyed.
So yes, if he were a natural blonde and had green eyes, that would be even rarer. But since it's dyed, then that's not as rare, but the eye color is still rare.
Blue eyes and blonde hair is like native to something like Eastern Europe. Places like Russia, Scandinavia, I believe.
I have a question for you.
Yes?
How about do you come about having Calvin's hometown as Oldale Town?
Well, because everybody else lived in Little Root Town, I guess. And I just wanted Calvin to be set apart from that a little bit. I mean, May and Brendan come from Oldale Town, Little Root Town, so I decided, why not Oldale Town? It's close by, and yet not too far away from Little Root Town. And it's still like a starting kind of town. Brown hair and green eyes? Well, brown hair and green eyes is obviously possible because I have brown hair and green eyes.
I gotta do it with the mouse because apparently YouTube likes to scroll 11 bajillion miles when you use the mouse. Glitchy Bats is making a reference to the Emerald recreation.
Oh yeah. Creepy kidnappers and the person who was in on it kidnapped me to Little Root Town, and I went back to Oldale Town and nobody even cared. Nobody even knew I was gone. Nobody cared except the FBI agent who kept following me around.
Scott, yes. We'll go with Scott being that person.
That's just his pseudonym. Just his cover name.
By the way, do you prefer the 24-hour clock cycle or 12 hours?
12 hour, because that's what I'm used to. Although I think 24 hours would be a lot more easy to understand for everybody. Sketching backgrounds is going to be a really straightforward process here, because really it's just sketch the backgrounds and I'm done. Not like the other streams where I have to go through everything multiple times. It's just very straightforward. So I think this is going to be a very simple stream.
Tiara wants to know if Zujin will be here today, and Crosby, the guest star, is the one and only xtremetuberVII, which is me. It's weird saying it like that, but, you know,
maybe you should post in the chat so you can remind them.
Yeah. Yeah, I definitely do that. Oh, wow, I just went totally Eastern Europe there. English, please, brain.
I can't wait for the next episode to where I get to show you guys the process from beginning to end. You know, on this episode part, I started on keyframe cleanup, and you guys didn't get to see me live stream just doing the keyframes. And I got a lot of new sort of workflows and processes that I want to try out for the next episode. So I'm excited about that. I'm excited to see how it impacts my the speed in which I create this.
I think it'll be interesting too, in the sense that beforehand we only got a small taste of it, but now we're seeing the process hand in hand. Is that the right way to use that? Anyway, as opposed to just getting small tidbits of it. The first I experienced of that was I believe the Charmeleon in-betweening, and it'd be nice to see that process from beginning to end, like you said, with the sketches and stuff.
Yeah.
Uh-oh. Looks like I've started a money train, Ruby. More people are saying they want to join the stream via voice.
Well, xtremetuber is a special case because he donated a ridiculous amount of money. So, I can't let if you want to come onto the stream, it has to be via Patreon. xtremetuber is an exception because he donated so much. It kind of be hard to say no.
There's always one exception.
Let him be an example for the $75 Patreon reward.
But I could still pledge $75 a month anyway. But then again, how would you handle it if multiple people did $75 a month?
Then we'd have a party on our hands, that's what. Party call with Ruby, where everybody's asking me a question by voice. 4 people are asking me a question at once. How's the stream, by the way, guys? Compared to yesterday, where it was awful, lagging, and
it froze
stopping.
For Larissa, but I'm still getting a nice stream. Aw, Sapphire, don't be shy.
By the way, guys, give the video a like as well. Rule of thumb.
That's almost a pun, you know.
Indeed it is. That is the rule of thumb. Although that could also be taken to mean thumbs down, so that's the rule of thumb up.
apparently Firecat is wanting to tell you something important, but hasn't said anything yet. And by Firecat, I mean Ignis Phyllis.
If you have something to say, then say it. You don't have to ask permission to ask a question. This is a Q&A stream, after all.
It says right there in the title, Q&A stream. Which also means that I get to ask questions too, which means I can ask questions that they're asking too, as well as my own.
Mm-hmm.
Because they'll get to him faster, not via the delay, because I'm right here.
Although, I have it on my computer next to me, which is independent from the stream chat. So, I get it pretty much as soon as... I get the stream messages as soon as they appear.
I keep forgetting that you have two computers for that.
Mm-hmm. My second one is a potato.
What? Did you just portal me?
Huh?
What does that mean?
My computer is a potato. That's something they say on the internet, the sea of internet, very often to describe things that are slow or technology that is slow or cumbersome or not very good in general.
Oh, that potato. That potato. This is very ironic because I actually browse the PC Master Race subreddit a lot, which calls them that constantly for the lower end things, and I can't believe I didn't recognize that. This is ironic and embarrassing.
We're not talking about baked potatoes here.
I mean, see, I'm used to them being called toasters more than potatoes. Because potatoes usually is used to describe quality of pictures sent from phones.
Toasters are so 2000s. It's all about the potatoes now. And we're done with this one. If this stream doesn't end up being too long, we might line in addition to sketch this. And here we have these beautiful little doodles once again. And we have the bird bros again.
Yeah, Ignis is right. If you pay attention to the Japanese logos of Sun and Moon, they almost match the crystals, gems on Shade and Shredder's chests.
Yeah, speaking of that, it kind of makes me kind of butthurt because I'm going to have a lot of Sun and Moon metaphors in Manifest Heart, and I thought of that before Sun and Moon even was a thing. So people are going to think I got it from that now.
Yeah, well, if they do, you have, like, what is it, 50 people to actually defend you about that? Especially since I've known you for even longer than that. Well, not known you, but...
They're the Ruby of Blue Defense Force.
RDF.
This is a really good, between this picture and this picture, it's a really good point of comparison between, because Pyro and Torpedo are sitting in, like, the exact same place with the exact same background, just like, completely different episodes, so it'll be a good point of comparison to compare the two. Just like, my 4 years of Shade picture, where I had, 4 different pictures of Shade with similar facial expressions and poses.
Well, Glitchy, I'd say that it's more in the case of the future. And I'm also concerned about the fact that they're aiming for a December release, because although it's 3 years after X and Y, yes, it's still way too early for them to have made any major innovation in terms of the game itself.
Yeah, has the gap between this generation and Sun and Moon's generation been as long as the gaps between the previous generations?
Yes, actually. I've been keeping track. Every generation takes place 2 to 3 years after the other.
It feels like really early for me for some reason.
Well, that's because X and Y released in 2013, then 2 years later, in 2015, Omega Ruby and Alpha Sapphire released.
I wonder if they'll remake Fire Red and Leaf Green, a remake of a remake.
Of a remake.
Because both Ruby and Sapphire and Fire Red and Leaf Green are part of the same generation, so if they're gonna remake Ruby and Sapphire, then Fire Red and Leaf Green would also be in that boat. And honestly, I wouldn't say no, because I feel like there's a lot of room to improve there.
Well, there's also an interesting aspect to that if you buy into the whole Ruby and Sapphire, the original one, is a different dimension, and we're also directly responsible for the extinction of the dinosaurs type aspect. I don't know if you guys know about that, but it's kind of a spoiler, but I'm pretty sure that if you've already been this long without completing the games, then that's kind of your own fault. But basically, in the extra episode, which is kind of tying in what they would consider to be, I guess, Emerald-like aspects, the extra episode has a meteorite, which is actually an asteroid, one of my pet peeves here, and it's coming to the Hoenn region, of course, because everything centers around Hoenn, and they build this device, and it sends it to another dimension, and they say that it impacts a planet there. Well, they basically just confirmed that the people of the Hoenn region are responsible for wiping out the dinosaurs on our Earth.
Damn Hoenners. Always screwing shit up.
Oh, glitchy, you. But I got sidetracked again. But my point is that if we're going by the idea that they take place in different universes, since Alpha Sapphire and Omega Ruby are a new game, then Fire Red and Leaf Green's remakes would take place in the Ruby and Sapphire timeline, which would lead to interesting things.
But hey, that's just a theory. A game theory.
Oh,
Don't
my gosh.
leave yet, because this isn't over.
And yes, Crosby, I will stay around long enough for your animation. I will be here until Ruby of Blue leaves, which is 5 hours.
Crosby, I saw those animations, Crosby, and Crosby made animations based on the part 2, I think it was. Both part 2 and one of the streams where I was talking to Taco. There's still so much fan art that needs to be made, you guys, about one of the last streams. You guys have got to get to that, seriously. I can't wait to see what you'll come up with based on the Emerald streams.
I didn't get to finish it. Did you finish the Emerald stream?
Yes, I did.
In 3. You did it in 3.
Part 3, yes.
Alrighty, I'll watch that after this is over.
We actually caught Glitchy Bat. We caught a shiny Zubat and named it Glitchy.
That was about where I left, and let's see here. Yeah, he was during the grinding of the Elite Four. Oh, by the way, how is my typing transferring to the microphone? Because I always hate it when it does that.
I don't hear anything.
Oh, well that's good.
What was your theory, Corbin?
Yeah, I definitely can't hear the music, which makes me sad, but that's okay.
I could find a way to, I know there's a way to do it. I just don't know how. There's a way to, make it so the sound playing from my computer is also, picked up by the recording. I don't know how it works, though. But I've done it before.
Well, tell us again, Corbin. I mean, not everybody has Ruby on Skype. Well, if it spoils it, then he'll just say so. And he won't confirm or deny it. Also, that would be a lot of extra work, Crosby, because Glitchy would have to make a Generation 3 compatible Swoobat sprite. Plus that, what he just said.
Yes, it is Tails' name from Sonic Adventure 1.
Oh, that's a good theory. I'm interested in that. But I haven't heard it, so I would want to hear it.
Oh, I remember what that theory is. He told it to me on Skype. Why don't you explain it here, Corbin?
However, I thought you sort of explained that a little bit.
Yeah, I pretty much... I mean, I don't consider it a spoiler to just flat out explain what happens, since it's pretty obvious. The gem is darkness, and it just affects Jade because of its immense power. I think that's a pretty obvious explanation for that.
Now, this is a question that I don't think anybody has asked, and I'm surprised at this. How did you come up for the idea of the gems being the thing that was the major plot point of Manifest Heart?
I'm not sure, actually. I don't really remember what my train of thought was when I came up with the gems. I guess I just wanted something that was very mysterious and provided for a lot of mystery. Something that's kind of just forced onto the protagonist that they have to deal with.
It looks kind of painful when they first appeared.
It's gonna look even more painful in an Episode 1 remake.
Oh, I think Storm Dragons is doing a heart thing, and Friends and Hearts, because Kingdom Hearts, Manifest Heart style. Or no, Manifest Heart. No, you guys know what I mean. My brain is being weird right now. Yes, I know what I want to say now. Kingdom Hearts taking place in the Manifest Heart world, with Sora doing all sorts of weird stuff. The only question is, where would the keyhole be? Chat, help me come up with where the keyhole would be in Manifest Heart.
I'm gonna continue to do Full Metal Alchemist intermissions, Crosby.
Oh, I finished Full Metal Alchemist about a week ago, actually. Thank you for reminding me.
Which one?
All of them. I started with the non-Brotherhood, then went into Conquerors of Shambhala, then went back to Brotherhood and compared the differences.
Oh yeah. Something I like to do is watch Full Metal Alchemist up to episode 19 or 18, and then continue from Brotherhood at episode 8. So I get the best of both worlds.
It made me sad that it ended, and I didn't get to see more, because World War II was on the horizon. And World War II is my favorite historical period in United States and world history. Speaking of wars, though, do you think Lieutenant Surge fought in Pokemon World War II?
Well, he's definitely not old enough for that.
You sure?
Maybe like Vietnam. Maybe
That would make him younger, yes, but
and he is American, so he has to have fought in an American war.
I didn't consider Vietnam. This is going to cause me to think again. Not that that's a bad thing. Yeah, I think they need to expand upon that in the remakes of Red and Green, because you know Red and Green are going to get 3D remakes.
I hope so.
I mean, heck, they did the 20th anniversary thing after all, so why not? That would be the world's worst teaser. Goodness gracious, Assassin Dog. I don't think you realize how that could be taken out of context, but I'm just gonna say it like this so that it doesn't get misconstrued. I should also probably get to work on listening to The Decks, which is that series of those two people talking stuff. I never did finish it. And I gotta continue my work on the Pokemon anime, because I can't claim that I've seen every episode if I'm missing episodes under my belt now.
I have every episode in Japanese, so I feel very accomplished about that.
I want it!
I could give it to you, but it'd just take a long time because there's a lot, and it's a lot of gigabytes.
Crosby, this is probably gonna be anticlimactic, but my favorite Manifest Heart character is Shredder.
Me too.
As for my least favorite Manifest Heart character, I don't think I have one yet. I don't think we've seen enough of Manifest Heart for me to make a decision on that.
Funny thing is, the series follows, the typical episodic format, but it just comes out a lot slower.
Probably one of those conkeldurs or girders. They can just shove their rock thing into the building and climb it, which would do damage, but you didn't say that it didn't have to be non-damaged.
Why do you want me to add Gen 4 so much, Aquaflame? What Pokemon from Gen 4 would I add? Other than Lucario, I mean.
Wait, so... Wait, what, Glitchy Bats? I missed that one. He was retconned to be Unova instead of America? This is not cool, because every generation before then he was the Lightning American. How can you be the Lightning Unovan? That just doesn't sit right with me.
Unovan is American.
Yes, but not completely enough. Not enough for my tastes. I mean, it's a huge, huge thing. After all, supposedly, what is it? Ore and a bunch of the console GameCube games take place in the United States of America continent. So there's that. They have plenty of things that they can go back to. Now I gotta go back up again to Corbin again.
Rayquaza is my favorite. Legendary Pokemon, that is.
My favorite legendary Pokemon is going to be one that you all might be able to know if you ever read my stories, which I'll link in the future, but not now. That is Reshiram. No comment, Glitchy Bats. No comment. Yes, I may or may not be a Unova. Anti-Unova.
Hashtag make Unova a great again.
Ha, a Braviary attacks Donald Trump. Shoot, I don't remember whether or not it's in Conquest or Gale of Darkness. I think it might be both, actually. Do any of Kelvin's other Actually, no, never mind. I can't believe I was about to ask that. Chat, you didn't hear that.
It's recorded.
I know.
Why don't you theorize about what he was about to ask?
Well, it is the red, white, and blue Pokemon, Larissa. Let's go. You know what, Glitchy? That almost can be a thing. Like if Iris is actually secretly Isis, and that people could turn that into a horrible thing that's anti-Pokemon again, like they did back in the original days.
Pokemon is the world of the demonic. Teaches kids how to use witchcraft and conjure spirits.
Also, I don't know if any of you actually know the difference in terms of actual species, but Pokemon undergo metamorphosis more so than evolution. And this is another thing that I laughed my ass off about when I found out about the controversy of the devil! And teaching kids about evolution, because it's not teaching them about evolution at all, because that's not how it works.
Evolution makes you taller, bigger, and more angry looking.
Are those things near Pyro's eyes? His, like... What do you call those things?
Horns?
They look like horns, but birds don't have horns, do they?
Beak horns?
They look interesting.
It might be something that a certain species of chicken has that Ken Sugimori based out off of.
I mean, I don't know all Japanese chickens, so... I'll just look it up on Bulbapedia, because that might actually be there. Because they usually have that sort of thing. Because people are crazy about Pokemon for some reason. Yep, they're still there in the original design. Let's see.
That is a very, very good point, Glitchy.
Especially in Gen 1.
Pregnant Sai has returned.
Okay, so apparently it's specifically a Japanese cockfighting chicken. Which is why it has the name Bersiamo in Japanese, because it is based off of the Shamo chicken. Wow, that chicken looks angry. It looks really angry. What? This is not a chicken. What is this? This is not a chicken.
You are welcome for me helping you discover Yo Crunch, Crosby.
Hold on a minute. Ryan Drummond. Oh, okay. He almost has Brian Drummond's name. But, so, he will forever be Sonic in my ears, and nobody else will be Sonic besides him.
Ryan Drummond?
Yes.
Ryan Drummond is the only true Sonic, other than Junichi.
Ha! Junichi's English. Oh my gosh, it's so cute whenever he's English as Sonic.
I know, right? That's something the English dub will never have, is the English moments. Sonic's English is like his trademark that American ears will never hear.
That is until 4Kids no longer has the rights to do stuff like that. I mean, they probably still do for some reason.
Nope, the only thing 4Kids does now is like Yu-Gi-Oh, I think. They're now 4K media.
I don't have anything against Jaleel White. It's just that he's just not way past cool as Ryan Drummond is.
I know, Jaleel White to me sounds too sanitized, too Saturday morning after school special kind of.
He is very 90s. He embodies the 90s.
Ryan Drummond embodies the 2000s.
How come you people don't know how to spell Daijobu? I have a funny moment to share with you all, including you, Ruby. So I recently relative to me anyway. Gosh, I'm starting to feel old now. Jeez, this is probably 6 or 7 years ago. I started watching a Japanese version of Yu-Gi-Oh! And I discovered that the Shadow Realm doesn't exist. And I told my friend, and he was just absolutely mind blown by the fact that not only does the Purple Fog not exist, but the Shadow Realm, it does not exist. And several people died in Yu-Gi-Oh!
Even more people died in the manga.
And
Pegasus made
Yugi. Oh my god, Yugi was a sadistic little guy.
Pegasus made Bandit Keith commit suicide in the manga by turning his hand into a gun.
Can he do that with the Millennium Eye?
That was his penalty game.
Man, that world is messed up. All over a card game. And, well, I guess morality, but still.
Yu-Gi-Oh! Is the pinnacle of morality. I don't know what you're talking about.
You know, Aquaflame is right. There's not enough penguin Pokemon in Pokemon. Just like there's no dolphin. You guys, there's no dolphin. There is no dolphin Pokemon at all. And that Feebas tiny beauty whatever thing, the little Finneon and whatever. I don't remember its name. Gosh. It's like, it's still a fish, but it's just, there's no dolphin. Hopefully Gen 7 adds a dolphin.
Depending on where it takes place, maybe. If it takes place by the ocean, then we're bound to see more ocean Pokemon.
I think Gen 7's going to take place in Japan again. I mean, Japan has plenty of areas
that they haven't used. Because Sinnoh is Hokkaido, obviously Kanto, Johto, or Kanto and somewhere else.
I think it's going to take place in China.
I would love Poke China because I have part of my fanfiction where Sharon is from Poke China in my headcanon moved to Unova. And so if I have Poke China, I can finally give him, like, stuff. More stuff. Wow, I really lost my elegance there.
I think it's going to take place in China so they can take advantage of the yin and yang thing to match with the sun and moon theme.
People did say that. I think I could agree with that.
Ha! There will never be a Dark-type Jim Crosby. Never. It's just too awesome for gyms, and they need to reserve it for the Elite Four.
I told you guys this process would go by really quickly.
Yeah, we're only 50 minutes in and we've already done 3 backgrounds. I say we. You. I mean, I feel like we're all working with you together because we're all learning and stuff, but you know what I mean, hopefully.
You donated $150, so yes, we did this. We accomplished this together.
Huh, you know, that is right. Ooh, that would be great. What if Reshiram and Zekrom weren't originally from Unova, but came from this new region that they're having in Gen 7? Because the White Yang and Black Yin Pokemon, or whatever it was, I don't remember, they probably reversed it. So.
Hi, Taco. Bell's not harassing me this time, it's Taco. Taco, you're like rubbing my hand with your face.
I think I can hear Taco.
No, he's not making any noise right now. You're just imagining things. You have imaginary cats in your head.
I have real cats in my house, though. Jason Griffith as Sonic. Now that's an interesting one. I feel like Jason Griffith was trying to be Ryan Drummond, which is the thing.
I never liked Jason Griffith, even after people started to like him. I mean, a lot of people hated him at first, but then they warmed up to him, but I never liked him, because I thought he made Sonic sound too dorky, too much like, just too dorky, you know? He never had that coolness factor to him.
Urkel was cooler than Jason Griffith, and that's saying something.
Yeah. But that said, Roger Craig Smith is still the worst Sonic voice, in my opinion. because his voice is just so strained. He can't do anything other than just do stand-up comedy Sonic. If you put Roger Craig Smith in the Adventure Sonic role, he couldn't do it. He just couldn't. Because his voice, the way he's doing it with Sonic, has no modulation. Has no room to modulate. No room to show emotion. It's really just like a one-trick pony kind of Sonic voice.
We need a cursing Sonic. We need a cursing Sonic.
He's just a funny voice Sonic, and that's it. Jason Griffith was the cursing Sonic. I mean, in Shadow the Hedgehog, Sonic made a swear once. And Junichi. Junichi is a cursing Sonic as well.
Well, I mean, I should have clarified. We need a cursing English Sonic that isn't limited by any sort of cultural or political correctness. Which is the original Sonic anyway, but still.
Yes, I wouldn't say original Sonic. I wouldn't say Sonic is politically correct, except for Jaleel White Sonic. Sonic is pretty politically non-correct as a character.
I have a chili dog recipe that if you had read the Sonic the Comics in the 90s, you would be able to actually make yourself, but I haven't actually gotten the opportunity to make it yet.
Jason Griffith as Shadow, yeah, it's kind of memorable, but it sounds a little too comically serious. You know, just the way the voice is, like, the voice is so dark and overly serious, it just sounds like a parody of itself. I much prefer the original Japanese, where it's just a more casual, overly confident, deep voice. It just sounds more natural. I'm not a big fan of over-exaggerated voices. I'm more like when voices sound natural and real. Which is why I don't like Roger Craig Smith.
I'd never heard Roger Craig Smith.
He voices Sonic in Colors, Lost World, and Boom.
I've never touched a single Sonic Boom product either, so I don't know that either.
Well, you're lucky to have not to touch any of those. You're lucky.
I also didn't touch Sonic 06, and I did play Shadow the Hedgehog.
Did Ezreal Dreamer just get in trouble with our resident moderator?
Yes, because that name is a spoiler. So things have been spoiled, probably.
What did he say?
I don't know. Message is deleted.
Probably an Undertale spoiler.
Then again, to be fair, you can only know that it's a spoiler if you've beaten the game. So I guess I'm technically breaking a rule by revealing that it's a spoiler, that name, but I don't know. It's weird. It's a weird case.
We're already done with the clips I have laid out. Why don't I line them and then we'll move on to some other clips?
Boy, I see this all the time in anime, even in video games. Why do people look at their hands a lot in things like after they've gone through a transformation or whatnot? Is it that whole "is this really me" factor? Is that it? I don't know. I don't get that. Can you explain that to me?
Well, it's the reason Sai's looking down into saying, well, I can't say it because spoilers. Sorry. But yeah, it's pretty much spot on. It's kind of like a self-reflecting kind of thing.
Oops, I hit the microphone.
Apologize to your microphone.
And it was a backhand, too.
Now you need to apologize even more.
Now that is a good question. Why did Calvin change his hair color? Wait a minute. Shit. Calvin had brown hair originally, right?
Yes.
Oh god. Oh, this is gonna be awkward for me to say. So, I mean, I've told you, but the chat doesn't know this. So, my character's from Oldale Town. He had brown hair and dyed his hair blonde. He almost mirrors Calvin in many, many ways. And I think that probably...
They both have the Sceptile evolution line.
That is true. They also both have a Sceptile evolution. In this case, he had a Grovyle for a very, very, very long time. Perhaps that's why I was more interested in your story back then, because it seemed as if... I guess I'm just now realizing it. I mean, I didn't really pay that much attention to the color of Calvin's hair. And...
You paid attention to the color of his heart.
But it seems as if... that probably has to do with why I like the story so much. Ha, Larissa. Larissa, you're silly.
I wouldn't say Calvin is like Tetsu the Hedgehog. I know what you're talking about, Larissa. I know what you're talking about, because I love that episode from Yu-Gi-Oh! Season 0. That's one of my favorite episodes, actually, from that. I'd say Calvin more looks like Johnny Test and Jake Long. Even though it pains me to mention Johnny Test.
Oh, is that from Season 0?
Yeah, from Yu-Gi-Oh!
I don't think I've ever seen Tetsu until just now.
He's from Episode 2.
The Evil Gamer, the Trap of Hell.
And then he turns out to be a red herring. You think he's going to battle Yugi at the end, but instead he ends up to be a red herring for the real villain of the episode. And that's why I like that episode so much, is because it's even better than the manga plotline. Because it has that cool plot twist at the end, where it kind of misleads the viewers into thinking that Tetsu's gonna be the one Yugi fights.
We need to start a petition to have...
It's okay, Glitchy, it's okay, he doesn't need to change it. I already know about Azrael, I already recognize that name. Just from being on the internet in general.
The internet barely keeps anything secret for long. Apparently Echo has heard Assassin Dog's voice?
This is a very, very odd odd stream because I feel like I'm not gonna have enough content to fill this stream, whereas I regularly have too much content to cover.
Well,
although I do have a limit of 5 hours on this stream, so maybe that's not such a bad thing.
Yes, well, I wouldn't want you to be limiting yourself otherwise. It's just that you have actual real-life reasons as to why the stream can't be this. Then
For
it can't
once.
be normal length.
For once. Usually I can just do whatever the hell I want, but nope, today I got some obligations. Not to mention the commission that I need to finish for you.
Which you can still take your time with. Just take it smooth and slow.
I don't know the meaning of take my time. I need it done now, now, now.
I live in the Midwest. EX1. E1 X Blaster. Oh, why do I keep mixing those up? It's like selective dyslexia with your name. I want to call you EX1 Blaster instead of E1 X Blaster.
I used to just call him E1 Blaster.
Storm Dragon wants me to ask the chat questions. That's not how this works. I mean, it could be, but that's not how that works. You guys are supposed to ask me and Ruby questions.
I ask the chat questions all the time. Go ahead, ask away.
I mean, I did, but
that's what like the Emerald streams are all about. In the future Pokemon streams, in the future Pokemon game streams that we're gonna do, I'm gonna have you guys tell me which Pokemon I should catch, and what moves they should learn, and what I should name them. So look forward to that.
Alright, here is a question for the chat. What do you think happened to the St. Anne, the SS St. Anne in the games? Do you believe it sunk, or do you believe something else happened to it?
Yeah, because the last we see of the SS Anne in the games is just to sail off. Maybe you were lucky to get off when it set sail. Maybe it got sucked into an alternate dimension.
No JH. I'm just gonna say JHJF. It will be 5 hours and 5 hours only.
5 hours or less.
That 5 hours or less. Because this is going blazing fast. And yes, that is a pun.
It's almost like the turbo button from Emerald has transferred into reality and onto this stream.
Hey, you're showing your age again. The turbo button was used a long time ago for CPUs, and it really didn't do much other than increase the clock speed, and it was just a button you pressed on your computer case. But it transferred into the form of emulation via the name Turbo, because Turbo means fast, because reasons.
Funny thing about the Turbo, too, is that it fast-forwards the saving and loading as well. So, like, the load times are hard-coded into the game.
The frig is that? That's BS. Then again, I mean, they did have different hardware limitations to work for, because, I mean, in exchange, in X and Y, you save in like 5 seconds. You're Ghana-ing me. No, is that Kana? Yeah, you're Ghana. No, that's Kana. Yeah, you're Kana-ing me. Oh my gosh. Okay, let me just refresh myself. So that's Rue. That's Toe. Let's see. Is that Ko something Ruto?
Who is that? That is xtremetuber you hear on the line.
Oh, that's what you meant, Ken How. And, this is the first time that I've seen you on the stream, but I don't know if this is the first time Ruby has seen.
I've seen him around.
Oh, that's right. It's a row because of the not having the thing. Ugh, Japanese, stop it. Stop being so just being able to change an entire word by adding a little mark. Stop it. By the way, I spent so much time trying to figure out what you wrote on those cargo crates. This is all your fault.
I forget what I wrote on those cargo crates. I forget what it says, honestly. I tried to find out what it meant again, but I just couldn't. I think it's probably something like shipping or cargo.
Why do I have two chats here? I thought I opted out. That's weird. Oh well. Full screen time. Not that I need any other.
I should get E1X Blaster to be the person I go to make to insert Japanese text into Manifest Heart scenes.
They do appear to have a default keyboard that allows them to do that a lot faster than I can. But at the same time, if I use my tablet, I can just write the characters into the text area, and it'll automatically put them there. But at the same time, you're also drawing them out by hand. But it would save time if you could have a font that was made of specifically handwritten kana, gana, and kanji. Which you can do, because I did a font that is the for characters from the anime, because they had a language written for it. It was basically a cipher.
Glitchy! Oh my god, glitchy.
Oh my god, glitchy. That would be Boku Wo, though. I'm sorry to break your Japanese, but that would be Boku Wo.
Is the crate male or female?
That depends if size straight or not.
Oh! We have Crosby donating $1. Thank you very much. And you know what that means.
Well, hey there, big boy. I actually don't know which rouge you want me to do, though. I've only heard one rouge, and that's the Sonic X rouge. Wow, I can't hear the stream dings, I can't hear the music, but that doesn't matter. I can see it, so that's more important.
You could turn on the audio, but then you'd be hearing your voice.
I have the audio on, actually, and it's not doing anything. Maybe if I refresh. Because I didn't... Yeah, maybe let's try refreshing. Because I haven't done that in ages here.
Just a second, Crosby, just a second.
That's okay, E1. After all, freaking Japanese people barely know how to write in kanji. There's 1,000 characters, which has 3 different readings, so that's technically 3,000 different words, and not all Japanese people know all 3,000 of those, except for the savants and all that. Basically, you can expect to learn about 100 to 300 kanji in your lifetime, and that's all you really need. Click that little eye up in the up to the right, which you can't see me pointing to again. Ugh.
Yeah, If you want to donate, press the white circle in the upper right hand corner of this video.
Which you'll only see if you scroll over the video itself.
There we go. Haha, how do you like that? MVP Crosby, 87, $1. You get your own little place in the corner there, if you donate. If you surpass Crosby in any amount, then you get your name added. Though if you donate the same amount, then, yeah, you'll replace him. If you donate the same amount. Or higher. The same amount or higher, you get the MVP spot. So for the first time in this stream, it's somebody other than xtremetuber who has the MVP spot.
Do you have a Snapchat, Ruby of Blue?
Nope. Barely know what that is.
I don't either.
Okay, thank you very much, xtremetuber, for just donating $3 there. And
I actually heard that on your speakers.
yeah, it is pretty loud.
Yeah.
And you don't want me to take away Crosby's MVP spot?
No, Crosby deserves an MVP because he's been all this time. And everybody, you're all MVPs, but just because you don't have your name up there doesn't mean that you're not MVPs. But you're all MVPs.
Yep. And so
Gosh.
Crosby will stay up, if that is what the donator decrees. If the donator doesn't want the other MVP spot taken away, then just say so in your donation, and I will keep them.
Yeah, also, Ruby, you're due for a Rouge impression.
Rouge impression, what?
Yes, $1 was donated so that each of us would do a Rouge impression. I did mine. Probably failed at it horribly.
Oh, hold on, let me scroll back up and look at your donation again. Okay, I didn't see your donation comment, sorry. Rouge and Ruby bat impression. Which voice do you want? Which Rouge voice, though?
He said any Rouge is fine.
Okay, then I guess I'll do, SA2 Rouge, if I can just think of a line. You go ahead and do yours while I think of something.
I did already.
Oh, you did? I didn't.
Yes.
I wasn't paying attention.
That's okay. You have other things that you're doing.
Let me just think of something. I'll have to look up quotes from SAE too. Cause I'm blanking right now. Rouge has some good quotes in SA2, I know that.
Ruby of Blue actually has a tablet, and it is... It could be a Wacom, I don't remember.
I am using a 19-inch monitor tablet called a Unova MSP.
There's also a Unova 21, which is obviously 21 inches, but that's where the number comes from, is the size of the screen. But, yeah, Wacom is the one that just comes to my head most of the time because it's the most popular one. I think my friend has a Unova, actually.
Okay, I have a Rouge quote here. And it's something I did on the last stream as well, so I'll do this quote in addition to another Rouge quote that I'm thinking of. And I'll do you one better as well. I'll do Sonic, too. Do you really think the professor really created him, Shadow, to bring out revenge on humans? He was who he was, a brave and heroic hedgehog who gave his life to save the planet. Shadow the Hedgehog. I guess you're right. And let me find another one. So you did your homework, huh? I would say that's an invasion of someone's privacy. And I'll do one more. Saving my life. You just wanted to hold my hand, didn't you? That's why you saved me. You're such a creep. No matter what you say, it sounds crazy. Just take them. They stink like echidnas do. If that's what you thought, you should have given them to me in the first place. Finally. What? I'm sorry if I hurt you. We should get going. I'm Rouge the Bat, but you can call me Rouge.
Let's see here. So, Sonic Heroes for the GameCube, I think. I don't know for any other system. What are your thoughts on it, Rubio?
I remember really enjoying the gameplay of Sonic Heroes. I mean, if you just play like one story and don't have to go through all of it as four times, and you don't have to experience it as a repetitive game, then it is a really fun game, gameplay-wise. Story-wise, it's just a complete insult to the story that we got to adventure to. And Sonic Heroes was the start of Sega's horrible mismanagement of the Sonic series.
I wasn't aware that Sonic Heroes had a story.
Barely. It just ham-fistedly brings back Shadow and just expects us to go along with it. And the story only actually happens, and the story only actually becomes a thing in the last story when Metal Sonic shows up. And even then, the story is just completely paper thin. You click the white circle in the upper right hand corner of the video to donate. And you have to use a credit card to donate, I believe, unless they change that at some point. Okay, I sketched in line all the backgrounds of the clips that I had set up, so the stream's over, everybody go home. Goodbye, I'm done, goodbye.
Also, I think the stream chat froze again. I'm gonna refresh and see if it's just on my end.
Just kidding.
Nope, it's just on my end.
Just kidding. We're gonna set up some new clips. We're gonna set up some more clips for me to sketch and line, apparently, because this goes really fast, like lightning fast. So.
Rubio Blue. Are you aware that in the original Sugimori art, it looked like Kadabra had 4 fingers, but that one was violently chopped off?
Really?
Yes.
You have to link me to a picture like that so I can see for myself.
I will link it to you. It's on the Bulba Garden Archives, because everything's on the Bulba Garden Archives. And I was like, wow, that looks really odd. I'm glad they decided to go with a different design, because Sugimori's early designs for these Pokemon were really kind of... I mean, you should have seen Charizard with its fat head.
Yeah, that was something. Why don't we look at fan art for now? Look at all the fan art we have now. We have 3 pieces and 1 meme.
Yep, here we go.
And 2 thumbnail candidates.
I'll be linking it in Skype so that you can link it in the chat, I think. Or you could maybe put it up on screen or something. I don't know. I was like, that's a really weird-looking finger thing.
Oh, I see that. I see what you mean. Yeah, let's put that up just to see what he's talking about.
Larissa, there's still plenty of time. We're only an hour and 15 minutes in.
Ruby, do you agree that the notion that Sonic Adventure 1 hasn't aged well? Really? No. Sonic Adventure has aged just fine. I mean, it's aged just as well as Mario 64 and Ocarina of Time, I mean, honestly. I mean, there really are no game-breaking glitches in Sonic Adventure 1, other than that one glitch in Emerald Coast. There's really nothing in Sonic Adventure 1 that I can point to that breaks the game. So really, Sonic Adventure 1 has aged just fine. Sonic and Tails and Knuckles play just fine. Gamma plays just fine. The only thing I have a problem with is Big's gameplay shouldn't be required to finish the game. It should only be an extra side thing. And Amy's acceleration speed should have been increased. But that's the only thing I can really go against Sonic Adventure with. You know, and I will concede this: the cutscenes themselves haven't aged well. You know, that's an obvious. I was talking about strictly the gameplay, but yeah, obviously the graphics and the cutscenes haven't aged well. But the cutscenes in Sonic Adventure 2 have aged magnificently. The animations in SA2 cutscenes were glorious. The SA1 cutscenes were just stock animations and stock mouth movements. So yeah, I could say those haven't aged well, but the gameplay itself is still very, very good today. Alright, so here's what xtremetuber was talking about. Yeah, I see what he means. Look, it looks like Kadabra has a nub of a middle finger. Very strange. I really don't know what Ken Sugimori was going for there.
And it only shows up on that finger, or that hand, paw, whatever. It doesn't show up on the other one, which is weird.
I feel like that might be a reference to something.
Possibly.
Like maybe a magician that got one of his fingers cut off.
Larissa Lisco says that's disturbing.
Or maybe it's like a reference to like some sort of cultish ritual where you have to cut off one of your fingers. Since like an occult ritual where that involves cutting off one of your fingers, since Kadabra is like an occult type of Pokemon.
Yeah, could be also being based on, quote-unquote, supposedly based on, what was his name? Oh, what was it? Uri Geller. Maybe he had something that happened to him, and that's why he sued because of that sort of thing.
Compare that Kadabra to my design for Kadabra. Look at this. I'm just bringing this up now, but look at that Kadabra compared to my design for Kadabra. Hold on. I'll bring it up side by side so we can compare, because it just seems like an interesting comparison to me. Like here's Sai, here's like a full body shot of Sai, and
Also, I notice how Sai doesn't have any spoons.
Yeah, he doesn't.
But the Kadabra and stuff, just like Mewtwo. Oh my gosh, Mewtwo and his freaking manga spoon. You what, mate? I'm gonna freaking spoon ya. I swear on me creator. Because he doesn't have a mother.
Compare, like, the first Kadabra artwork to what I draw Kadabra to look like. A lot more lean and taller.
And the fox-like aspect is more pronounced with yours than it is with his. Of course, if you notice, a lot of Ken Sugimori's early artwork had fatter Pokemon after all, like Pikachu. My gosh, poor Pikachu in the original. He was practically a circle.
Yeah, the Gen 1 designs had a lot of fatties, definitely. Gen 1 in general had a lot of fatties. We had Muck, Jigglypuff, Clefairy, Pikachu, Charizard, Dragonite, Electrode, Raichu.
Wait, how can you have a fat Electrode? It's already a Pokeball!
He's a fat Pokeball. You're a sphere, therefore you're fat. He has wheezing, coughing.
Let's see Gen 1 Ekans.
Alright, let's look at fan art now.
And Larissa Lisco still isn't finished yet.
Alright.
I stalled as long as I could, Larissa.
We're starting off with a meme. I'm not sure who made this. Let me check. Cal breaking Torpyro be like, yes, I sunk your ship. By Echo. This is a meme by Echo. What movie is this from again? I recognize the actor.
That's Spider-Man.
Spider-Man, yeah. I recognize the actor.
My god, Tobey Maguire's face. He can do, like... That's like, I can just picture that sound coming from his face.
Aquaflame, you're becoming what Storm Dragon used to be, just yelling a single thing over and over again. Instead of penis, it's add a Piplup.
Honda Civics!
Who did that?
I think that was, Andre?
Oh yeah, Andre.
Also, random trivia for you guys. In the original fanfiction, all of the attacks were named according to their, colored according to their typings.
Oh yeah, in the original fanfiction, I colored the text of the attacks to match the type. Alright, we have another piece of fan art by Matthew, who I believe is still in the chat. Yes, I think it's Matthew Breach. I think that's supposed to... I don't know if you drew that as like you with Hunter and Shade, or if that's like me, because you got the brown hair and the blue clothes, so it kind of looks like me, but I don't wear glasses, so that's probably you or like an OC of yours. Thank you very much, Matthew. I like it. I like when you guys take pictures of like real sketches and real paintings. I believe Craving Crows is working on a Manifest Heart painting, and I can't wait to see that when it's finished. Hi, Taco. Alright, now we got something from Saiyan Sapphire, and it's Echo's OC Blaziken versus Pyro. and me down there. And we got a little bit of assassin dog poking out of the bottom of the picture there, it looks like. Echo. How you like that, Echo?
What I really want to see is a Gen 3 version of Mewtwo's clones that he did, like, you know, having all those weird stripes and other things. That would be interesting to see with the Gen 3 Pokemon starters. The reason why I mentioned that is simply because of the fact that Echo's Blaziken kind of reminded me of that design aspect.
Yeah, me too. I thought that too. Alright, and this is a thumbnail candidate, by the way. This is a thumbnail candidate. I don't want to put up the poll just yet, because I want to wait until we get more fan art, at least 3. And if we don't have 3 by the second time we show off fan art, then I'll set up the poll after that. Alright, but here we have another fan art candidate, and we have another piece of fan art inspired by the last stream that I love. Guys, I just want to tell you, I really want... there's so many opportunities for good, great fan art based on the 3 Emerald streams that we did. Guys, go watch them and get inspired, because there's a lot of good stuff that you can make fan art of. But here we have Shade winning a Pokemon contest by vomiting everywhere using Toxic and winning a neat little ribbon. This one is by Artemis Minx. I don't know if you're in the chat right now.
So I have an idea that I mentioned in chat, but I'm going to expand upon it with you, Review Blue. I think it would be interesting if the way that we were able to dress up our humans in X and Y, that we were able to dress up our Pokemon, not in the contest style, but in general in everyday life? What would I try to say there? And that would make it so that we'd be able to have renderings of our character designs, and you would actually probably be able to get something close to, I guess, what you would have for the regular Manifest Heart team.
Maybe. Yes.
Is Toxic a smart move?
Apparently it is. Shade wins. Shade wins the Pokemon contest by vomiting everywhere.
I just love that question mark, that confused look.
Shrama. Oh, very nice, Shrama. We'll definitely show that off. Oh yeah, and saying, you don't have to make it specifically to be the thumbnail. It just has to be fully colored and have an interesting colored background. Alright, so this next one is by Shrama. Shrama in the chat. We have Manifest of Heart. Very cool. Got another traditionally drawn thing. I haven't checked my DeviantArt yet, no.
So is it just me, or do Shade and Shredder have the same sclera color?
I think Shade's is a bit brighter. Because Shredder's eyes don't glow like Shade's do.
Yeah, but if you remove the glow, would they have it the same?
No. It's just that Shade's eyes don't react to other lighting conditions, and so Shade's eyes are always the same color no matter what the lighting is, whereas Shredder's changes with the lighting.
Apparently, I am in a disagreement with Assassin Dog about Low Honey in a bikini. I say more customization is always good, no matter what you have, Assassin Dog. Like, they gave us a tease with being able to do it in X and Y, then took it away in Ruby and Sapphire, but I understand the reason for that. They wanted to have a gimmick for Gen 6, and that was it, so they did that.
We have another meme. This one is by, this one's by Crosby, the MVP, of course. When you see the booty, and you're about to dive in. Booties, if you guys didn't know, are serious business.
So, that lighting, I'm gonna go all art nerd here. That lighting is a bit contradictory, because the eyelid for the eyelid shadow should be a little bit more, like the eye, so that, I'm sure you could see what I'm seeing, Ruby of Blue. Like, for the eyebrow, eyelid thing, they have a shadow going down towards the eye. I'm not commenting about the meme, I'm sorry, but it's just, I had an art nerd moment. It made me sad because you're doing better than most. Like I said, I told you already, don't you deny it. You are getting better than the animators of the anime. And I can tell that you are paying attention to lighting very, very much in your animations. I've always had a problem when I tried drawing with lighting and such.
Hold on, what was that? Wait, I wasn't really paying attention there. Can you like say what you're saying from the beginning?
Yes, I can. Oh, as soon as my earbud gets back in. Basically, that eyebrow lash lid thing shadow doesn't make any sense. That is one of the things. I didn't comment about the meme, which I apologize to Crosby for. But that eyelid should have a shadow underneath it. But the eye there is having a weird shadow with light reflecting in strange ways.
I know what you mean. Yeah. It's just that the eye, I didn't give the eye a secondary shadow color like I did the skin.
And then I said that don't deny it that you are getting better than the animators of the anime.
Well, thank you. Thank you. Alright, we got one from Larissa Lisco with the return of the gay gecko. We have Darp Shredder here.
I would love to see how Ruby of Blue would animate a Dragon Ball Z type fanime.
I'm with xtremetuberVII, Artemis makes. Oh, and Artemis, we actually showed off your fan art earlier, and I just want to let you know that it is a thumbnail candidate.
I like how the eyes are popping out like an actual gecko.
Thank you, Larissa, for gay geckos. And now we now have the human version of Shredder in Crosby's ongoing series of making Manifest Heart characters human.
Assassin Dog, what have I done? What have I done? Are you thinking about Mailo Punny in a bikini now?
I really like it, Crosby. I like the style that you used for it. I would have made Shredder more lean and less like bulky and muscular, because I imagine Shredder as like the lean type of body shape. But nevertheless, this is really good.
I also like the shoes that he has. Those are the sandals that I see commonly used in Japan quite often.
Yes, indeed. Very good choice for Shredder.
Hold on a minute, does he have a bancho leaf in his mouth?
Maybe. Don't know what a bancho leaf is.
Well, it's basically what, if you've ever seen Ash's Grovile, he has a twig in his mouth that he always has, and it's a thing that they did back in the 60s.
Oh yeah.
But it looks like he has a leaf in his mouth.
Yeah. Alright, and it looks like that's it for now. Okay. Since we're going to be cutting this stream short today, why don't I go ahead and go get some food, and then we can play some Guess That Food with you lovely, lovely people. And it looks like Taco needs to go outside too, so that's what I'm going to need to do. And I will leave you here with xtremetuberVII.
Well, Corbin, it appears as if you are trying to resist making a Super Saiyan reference. But you don't need to resist it because, with me, Dragon Ball Z is everywhere. I love Dragon Ball Z as much as I love Pokemon.
I need to get my food break thing. Yes, Taco, I hear you. I hear you. Don't you worry, little kitty cat. I hear your voice. I hear you whining at me.
Taco's meow is very, very specific. It's not like those long, drawn-out, just like I imagine it's like very succinct and precise, like food. Now. It's like, and that's what I imagine Taco's voice is doing.
Alright, here we go. Alright, I shall return momentarily with some food, and then we will play that glorious game that you all know so well. I will be right back, and saying Or not saying. xtremetuber, I leave you with them. Good luck.
Oh dear, here we go. Here I go. Well, lots of people drew inspiration from Toriyama, because, I mean, to be honest, I think that Toriyama had a certain style that you could just build upon and sculpt in interesting ways, Lishy. Well, I don't have a favorite DBZ character besides my own, but that's not really something that you can really say, because it's not, I mean... You know, I mean, I suppose it would be Gohan, because Gohan is the strongest character in DBZ, and anybody else that tells you any differently is absolutely caving into Toriyama's incessant caving into other people's fans, which is why Goku is the Super Saiyan God Super Saiyan, and so on and so forth. I know Inuyasha. I know Inuyasha. Scrolling up a little bit. I have seen Soul Eater, but I have not completed it. And let's see here, 1986. What was some popular animes during the 80s? I don't really know very many 80s anime besides Dragon Ball. And Gundam, of course. And Chrono Trigger, but it wasn't an anime, it was a game. But was Chrono Trigger from the 80s? Google time. Chrono Trigger was 1995, but it was a sequel to Chrono Cross. So when was Chrono Cross? Or was Chrono Cross a sequel to Chrono Trigger? No, Chrono Cross is the sequel to Chrono Trigger. Okay. Studio Ghibli, eh? Studio Ghibli. Man, they have... Aqua Flame. Ruby of Blue is currently on a food break.
Not anymore, I ain't.
Not anymore, he's not.
Alright, people, are you ready for yet another exciting installment of Guess That Food? And you don't get to guess, by the way. Well, you do get to guess, xtremetuber. Yeah, you can guess.
I can do it in the chat.
You can guess. You can either... Yeah, you can guess. You either do. I didn't know if you would have any sort of advantage here, but
no.
I don't think you will. So.
No, I would have no advantage unless you had yourself on webcam, which you don't.
So you can either say your guess here in the voice chat, or you can type it out in the chat. So we'll have 2 rounds here. 1 round where you guess what the general food is, and another round where you go more into detail. I'm just saying that you might have a slight advantage because you get to guess before they do, and you might guess before they even have the chance to hear me.
Would you please wrinkle the package, if you have a package?
No can do.
Because that would be possibly giving away too much information, wouldn't it?
I have a cat here as well. Plot twist, the cat is the food I'm eating.
Okay, those two things are the same thing. K. Williams and Star on Orion. So I've said two of my guesses in the chat, 18 seconds after they started coming in.
Bell, please. Ding 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 ding! We have a winner. Larissa Lisco guesses correctly with cereal.
Well, I mean, I guessed cereal too, but you said I had an advantage. But,
well, you guessed Fruity Pebbles, if I saw correctly, and that's a little too specific. You had to say cereal to win the first round.
that is no fair.
That is completely fair. Besides, I'm
But that's only the
giving
first
them a
round.
handicap over you.
That is only the first round. There's still more to come.
Now, second round. What brand of cereal is it?
Well, I can't say my answer again, so I'm going to change it. There. So let's see here. What brand of cereal? Now, there's at least 6 brands of cereal that I know. Actually, you know what? I think I'm just going to go with... No, that's not how you spell it. There. I think that's how you spell it. But can you see why kids love the taste of Cinnamon Toast Crunch? Luxray can see many things, but can it see why kids love the taste of Cinnamon Toast Crunch? Ooh, I didn't want to go with Honey Nut Cheerios because I love Honey Nut Cheerios. What is the Ruby Empire Triforce?
I think it was me, Ryan, and something else.
That was a 5-hour stream. Let's see here. It doesn't look like there's anybody on there with you.
No, I mean, somebody made fan art of a Ruby Empire Triforce, and I was part of it, and Ryan was part of it, but I can't remember what the third thing was.
Wouldn't it have been Sean? Because that's stream number 9. Sean was in stream number 8.
No, it wasn't Sean. Send me a note on DeviantArt with a link to your post. Nobody's gotten it yet.
Alright, then it's my turn again. Let's see here, what do I have? Oh! You know what? You know what nobody else has guessed? I think nobody else has guessed this.
No one's got it yet.
Darn. Oh, no, come on. He didn't get Twilight Princess HD, did he? Did he really get Twilight Princess HD? Please, no. Chat, I'm sorry to put my personal beliefs into this, but you really shouldn't be playing Twilight Princess HD unless you have a friend that's never played the original before, and then you're giving it to them. Wow, nobody's gotten it yet?
Nobody's gotten it yet, and it's really not that hard.
Come on now, I haven't even gotten it, and I said one of the more obscure cereals.
It's not an obscure cereal, really.
I said Wheaties. Wheaties are obscure to this generation of people. Except maybe Glitchy Bats, because Glitchy Bats knows all sorts of weird stuff. Oh man, how many different cereal brands are we gonna have to go through, Ruby?
Come on, people. It's not that hard.
Apparently it is. Alright, let's see here.
It is not an off-brand cereal. That's my one hint.
Well, I can tell you one thing. It's not snap, crackling, and popping, so therefore, Rice Krispies are ruled out, which is what I had to listen to you talking for a bit to hear that. Let's see. I can't believe it's not Honey Bunches of Oats either. That's a really good one. This might just be one that you have to give the answer for.
They can guess it. Just give them time.
Well, obviously, they can go like through 50 brands of cereal, and not including off-brands. I don't know how many off-brands there are to the regular brands. I've given 3 guesses.
Come on, everybody. You'll get it eventually. Just think of something that nobody has guessed yet.
Gotta have my Pops. That would be one I don't think anybody's guessed yet. I haven't looked at the chat in a while, so if somebody said it already, I apologize.
Ding, 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 ding. We have a winner. Cadieux Williams wins with Reese's Puffs.
No, Cadieux Williams. Somebody already said Reese's Puffs before Cadieux Williams.
No, I'm pretty sure they said Cocoa Puffs, not Reese's Puffs.
Oh, I saw Reese's. I'm gonna go back up there, man. Let me just take a look-see.
Let me know who said it first if you find it.
Let's see here. Echo. Echo Capital said it, but it wasn't Puffs, it was Reese's. I mean, are you gonna call that close enough?
How many brands of Reese's are there?
There's
Brands
like
of Reese's cereal.
I don't think there's many. Let me see. Wow, that would help if I actually typed cereal properly. There's only one.
Okay, Kaja Williams doesn't win. Echo Capital and Larissa Lyoko wins. Congratulations, you two. Very proud of you for guessing correctly.
So, you like peanut butter, do you?
Yep, I like peanut butter and chocolate.
Well, I need to go do human things, and sometimes Pokemon things, so I will be back shortly.
Okay, I will sit here and eat cereal and watch the chat. Make sure they're behaving. I'm pretty sure a lot of people said Cocoa Puffs, but not Reese's Puffs. You seriously need to get a Twitter, Aquaflame, so you can actually send me fan art. Just go on twitter.com, register an account, and then send me a fan art. I don't know why you can't do that. And I don't see why you wouldn't be able to do it on DeviantArt either. Belle, are you giving me a massage, Belle? She's like placing her paws on my back and my shoulders. She's like on the back of my chair. I have a really tall chair backrest. Aquaflame, all you need to do is send me a note on DeviantArt with the link to your art, or you can just post in the comments on my page. Okay, cereal. Cereal has been digested. Well, not digested, ingested. And I dropped my pen.
I do hope that I didn't miss Crosby's animation yet.
No, we're gonna play those at the end of the stream, ending on a high note.
Alrighty.
I actually got a smudge guard, guys. Do you know what that is?
I do. I know what a smudge guard is, but I'm gonna let the chat answer.
Smudge. This thing is amazing. It's makes working on my tablet so much more smooth. So it's basically like a glove that you wear on your ring finger.
Your
What's
ring
the
finger.
what's the finger next to the pinky called?
That is the ring finger. You are correct.
Yeah, it's a glove that has fingers over the ring finger and over the pinky and around the wrist, but it leaves the index finger, the middle finger, and the thumb all free. So it's basically a glove that only covers half of your hand, to where your hand will like glide across the screen, making it a lot easier to draw. And it has improved my workflow five-fold. I'd like to say tenfold, but that might be a little too much. And I got it in black. They come in like red, blue, green.
X-Blaster, what do you mean by that?
Okay, bye Corbin. Good luck in your league match. I hope your squadrons do well this time. Everybody, wave Corbin22 a goodbye and wish him luck. I wish I had a webcam so I could show you guys my awesome smudge guard. I really look like a professional artist now.
That is a really, really good drawing of Shredder and Shade.
Yep, it was done by DC Animated. DC did the sketch and I actually colored it on stream, on one of the streams.
Wait a minute. DC Animated? DC Animated? I think I've seen that person in another stream that I watch.
Hmm? Yeah?
Like DC Animated is like DC Universe type stuff with the comic stuff. I think, Let's see your tweets a bit. Okay, there's that one, 33 minutes ago. No new tweets. Maybe some are being submitted to your DeviantArt.
Hard to answer that question, Red Plane.
I can tell you when, because I can see the future. It'll be ready when it's ready. This is the type of question that I have to deal with in terms of when CIG, which is the company that is making Star Citizen, is asked a question of when a ship will be ready. It's just, you can't put a timeline on art, really, unless you want it to be an inferior product. Which is kind of what happens when publishers rush out video games nowadays. Which is why we had Batman Arkham Knight and Assassin's Creed Unity.
Okay, now let me set up a few more clips that we can work on for the stream. Whoa, what did... Oh, I just made a copy of stuff by doing thumbnail bullshit. Or... Alright.
Oh, I have a question about Psy's original voice actor. Was Psy's original voice actor a person that had brown skin and that we call African American, but is really a black person?
Yeah, he was.
Okay.
He was also Filipino? I don't know what you call a Filipino person. Philippines from the Philippines.
You do. You just did. Filipino.
Okay.
So they sounded like they were African American mixed with Filipino. That is an interesting accent mix. That's the only reason why I mentioned that is because Mr. Red Plane reminded me that Size had multiple voice actors. Though, I don't really think it's more than 2, is it?
He's had 3 voice actors.
Ah, my fingernail, no! Nah, I'm being a girl right now, but that's... Jeez, I broke a fingernail.
Yeah, Aqua, I saw your thing that you sent me on DeviantArt. We'll look at it at the next break. If you guys want to know more about Psy's original voice actor, he's actually a very he's an old YouTuber actually. He's been here since like 2007, and he's fairly well known. At least he used to be. His name is Chung Lo on YouTube. Okay, hold on. I'm gonna need to fetch some more reference for these backgrounds as well.
Well, Assassin Dog, why not? I mean, just because nobody else decides to compliment your character doesn't mean they don't deserve to be complimented.
Hi, Suniva.
Hey,
yeah, the
Suniva.
screen is supposed to be black because I'm fetching some reference for the backgrounds that we're gonna work on.
Nothing bad happened, Mr. Adam. Or Mrs. Adam. I don't know.
Thoughts on Sun and Moon? Well, just based on the names alone, we don't know that much about them. I like the concept already. I wonder what they're going to do with it.
I do too. But more so, I'm interested in the reason why we appear to have mobile Pokemon centers now, as well as traditional fixed Pokemon centers. Like, we have rarely seen Pokemon ambulances depicted in the games. If at all, actually.
Okay, here we go. That is
Okay.
xtremetuber that you hear with me.
Yes, Suniva, I am on the stream. Apparently I have shocked and awed her. Chat, apparently Suniva forgot who I am. Not that I'm being vain or anything like that, but I don't really care, but, yeah. I mean, I support Ruby of Blue, and that's about it. Sorry, Storm Dragons. Let me just scroll up a little bit.
see here. Storm Dragon, I don't see what you're wanting me to comment on. Oh, you're not gonna like that, but I'm gonna say it. I'm gonna say it. Something random. That is what you told me to say. I have said something random. I know what you mean. Suniva, I have not played Undertale, nor will I ever play Undertale. How much does the How much does the boat this boat they're on actually cost?
No idea.
You haven't thought about that?
Nope. No, I have no point of reference to answer that.
Did you play Generation 5 with the Royal Unova in it?
Nope. Or I might have, but I might not have. I might not. I remember it.
Oh no, not the Bayonetta Dante one. Okay, Crosby, first of all, you have to say which Devil May Cry, because they're both very different Dantes. Suniva, the reason why I will not play Undertale is because, for one thing, I don't find the story all that interesting, and I'm not going to tell you why, of course, because that would be spoiling it. But another thing is because I just don't find the overall premise of Undertale that interesting. Okay, now, back to you, Crosby. Which Dante are you referring to? The new Dante or the original one? Okay. I would have to say that it would be a tie, considering that Bayonetta and Dante have similar powers overall. I mean, Dante uses guns in the first game and in the new one, I think. But at the same time, Bayonetta can deflect projectiles. I think it'd be a very, very, very close tie.
Got the Edge of Soul theme again. It's a long version this time. Full version.
Okay, I just had a major derp.
You derping, boy?
I can listen to the stream because I have a tablet. And my head was derping majorly. Even if I can't hear it on this one, I can hear the music via the tablet. That means I'd be hearing myself too, yes, but... Actually, no, I wouldn't, because I have earbuds in. No, yes, I would, because then it would go back to the microphone. Yeah, no, that wouldn't work. I continued to derp, never mind.
XtremeTuber's derping hard, guys. You need to give him his medication. I think you know what I mean by that, chat.
Yes, you can help XtremeTuber out in his quest to stop derping by donating to Ruby of Blue.
Well, actually, I was suggesting posting a bunch of pill emojis in the chat, but that works too.
That works too. By the way, how do you post emojis in the chat?
There's a emoji button.
Is that what that little smile thing is?
Mm-hmm.
I wonder how many different ones there are. Ooh, there's a lot of them.
This is called Edge of Soul. There's your medication. Dradony posted it for you.
No, keep that shot away from me. I don't get hurt by shots, but no, I don't know what's in it, and I don't trust it. Pills are better than shots.
Just a moment. Look at all of them. Look at all the pills.
That took a while for the chat to do that. That's not that much of a delay, is there? And yes, I would be happy to take a dose of Psyx Crate.
Post the Foxhead X the box emoticon.
Though I prefer Shredder and Shade more than Psyx Crate. Welcome back, EX1 Blaster. I did it again! Welcome back,
EX1 Blaster.
I'll just say X Blaster. That way I can't get it wrong. It's under the crown.
along with a knife, a gun, and a bomb.
There's a lot of interesting emojis on YouTube. I prefer those emojis to, like hitboxes emojis, which are just meme faces. Does Twitch have an emoji? Have emoji things?
Yes, you can make custom emojis on Twitch too.
Oh, okay.
Speaking of which, why didn't you hitbox?
I don't know. I just have a larger audience on YouTube. I figure I want to amass a bigger audience, streaming audience, before I head off to someplace like Twitch or Hitbox.
Sure, but couldn't it work to build them simultaneously?
Maybe, but I feel like, nope. The only people who would watch me on Twitch are the people who watch me on YouTube already, so it doesn't really make sense to go over to Twitch if the only people who watch me is people on YouTube anyway. So I might as well just stream on YouTube if that's the only place I have followers at the moment.
Yeah, that makes sense. Yes, there's a thing that allows you to stream to Hitbox, Twitch, and YouTube at the same time, everybody, but he just said why that wouldn't be viable.
That'd probably be hell on my connection as well.
How much is your connection? That is a question.
I don't know. I forget.
You've never done a speed test recently?
I've done a speed test in the past, but I don't remember what the results were. Second.
Wait, what? Why is the name of the Tor Pyro fanfiction Tor Not So Pyro?
Because I took that fanfiction and I shot a cannonball at it and I sunk it. Not the fanfiction, the ship.
There's easier ways to sink a ship, you know. You don't have to blow holes in it, just like Jack Sparrow said.
No, I think that's the easiest way, definitely. Why did I give Hunter a furry stomach? Because, well, one, I needed something to, like, differentiate him from the normal Pikachu, but doesn't Pikachu in Gen 1 also have a different colored belly?
It has a white belly, yes, but it doesn't have any indications of fur, but the whole thing is supposed to be furry anyway, so...
Yeah, so, yet you can basically consider Hunter Gen 1 Pikachu.
Yes. Except he needs to have yellow cheeks and yellow ears.
And he needs to be fatter.
Well, that depends on how well Shredder and Shade feed him. Hunter is only, like, months old, guys. Like, it's weird to think about how big Hunter is. But he's still young, and I understand Calvin's non-want to have him participate in the league. That's sort of English.
Yeah, Dusty is older than Hunter and probably more competent.
Ha! Wow. You know what, guys? You're right. Ruby of Blue is an iceberg. He sinks ships harder than the Titanic.
Exactly. We have another neat little comparison shot here. Shade and shade, 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 shade. Look at that! Look at that real-time transformation going on there.
You better not improve too much further before you complete episode 4, otherwise you'll have to do the same thing for episode 2.
I know, right?
The only thing you should be improving right now is your speed, because you really like your speed being faster. Everybody does.
Yep.
He sure did have curlier ears back then. Yes, they are building a Titanic 2. And it's gonna be better than the original. But you know, they're gonna make sure that they don't call it unsinkable, because then somebody's gonna try to sink it. Because we have much more things available to us now to do that than we did back in 1912, which is just shortly before World War I. And Tiara R, I think I read your fanfiction, but I'm not sure.
Our fanfiction was the Torpyro thing.
Yeah, I did read it. Oh, I think Echo Capital might have missed out when Shredder got de-evolved with the Rever Stone back to a Grovile.
That was an episode and a half.
He says that guys remember Shredder as a Sceptile, but he's not.
Yep, Shredder evolved in the Emerald Stream and in the canon, and then he evolved back into a Grovile. Although I didn't have a better way of representing that in the stream than just keeping Shredder as a Grovile and constantly telling you guys, he's supposed to be a Sceptile now.
Well, you could do it in post by having the process literally reverse, but that would be a thing that would take extra time, and that's not something that was really needed. Pikachu overall was wider than it was yellow with G-Bats. Yes, I do agree with that.
Yeah, much lighter yellow.
So, can Shade's scar be seen through his fur, or do you have to part the fur to see it?
It can probably be very vaguely seen. And you could probably see it a lot more clearly if you do part the fur.
And this is another scar-related question. Does it change shape, essentially, because his body is different? Like, scars don't go away when you grow. Like, that's just a thing. So, does his scar, like, get smaller relative to him, or does it stay the same size?
Yeah, I could probably get smaller relative to him. Or say it's the same size, and it's smaller on his body than it would be on a Vegeta.
There is more water in Gen 6 Hoenn than there is in Gen 3 Hoenn, which is an amazing achievement considering how much water was in Gen 3 Hoenn. .8 out of 10. Sorry. Sorry, just too much water.
mean, I don't know what to tell you. Too much. It's too much.
I really thought IGN was joking around, and I thought those images were photoshopped. I can't believe they actually wrote that. It's like they were Archie. No, not Archie. Maxie. It's like they were Maxie.
IGN confirmed to be part of Team Magma.
I mean, their logo is red.
Exactly. Bastards.
Well,
traitors.
For one thing, he'd be working on making the story compression even more so, because I think so. Episode 1, Part 1 was at least an hour. Oh. Goodness, that's what you typed, Storm Dragon. Thank goodness that's what you typed.
What differences would you make if you remade Episode 1, Ruby? I can't go into specifics because I don't want to spoil the surprise, but I would one thing I can tell you is that I would eliminate the opening exposition dump and I would show you rather than just tell you.
That'll be great to see. Hey, you shot Storm Dragons. You know that my brain isn't exactly all the best right now. I got enough sleep, yes, I got enough sleep, but Ruby of Blue Streams just have this way of drawing you in and making your mind warped. It's Ruby Emperism.
It's the Dark Lord Ruby's hypnosis power. And don't you forget it.
I miss Ear Shredder.
I'll give him ears again in the next episode. Don't worry. Hashtag Ruby confirms. I will give Shredder his ears back in episode 4 part 1. Or the episode 1 remake.
That does make a thing, because like, how would if he, for instance, something caused his ears to bleed, you'd have to draw like where the ear holes would be. But with the ears actually being visible, it's easier that way.
I don't know why I'd ever have his ears bleed, though.
I don't know either.
Someone just takes a megaphone to his ears and shouts really loud. So yes, people, the dinosaur ears will return. And it will be glorious when it does. When they do.
Oh, E1 X Blaster. Now I'm confusing two different people. Way to go, XtremeTuber. E1 X Blaster has finished the document on her septiles or his septiles. I don't remember if he's male or female. Oops. Backstory, which I've been looking forward to. Wow. How did you manage to do that? I should try that way next time. When I put a link.
there's the boat again. My beautiful, beautiful boat design. That's probably not feasible in reality, but whatever, it looks cool, and I think it looks cool.
Zolstar has entered the stream.
Welcome, Zolstar, otherwise known as Aquaflame's penguin brother.
There are 2 penguins, one of which might be a female.
Okay, so apparently, if Aquaflame is a female, then that would mean that there are 2 girls, but if Aquaflame is a male, that means you have a male and a female.
Zolstar is a girl.
Yes, Zolstar is a girl, but is Aquaflame a boy?
Maybe he's a reptilian penguin.
A reptilian penguin would be a water and...
Alright, yeah, good quote, Adam. Even your memories might not be real, you know?
I wonder if there was more than one Shadow.
There was in Heroes. And Shadow the Hedgehog.
Apparently you and I are Sonic and Shadow now.
Alright, I'll be Sonic, you be Shadow.
I mean, it's Adam's will, apparently.
You have a better Shadow voice than I do. Just hearing your voice.
I can also do Jason Griffith's shadow, too. No, that's not Jason Griffith. That's Ryan Drummond's shadow as well.
Ryan Drummond never did Shadow.
Yes, he did.
No, he didn't.
He did. I'll show you. With a link.
Which game?
Sonic Adventure 2. At least something related to Sonic Adventure 2. Because that game doesn't have really any voices. He also did Knuckles too. I think the Knuckles was him.
He did Knuckles and Sonic Shuffle. Ryan Drummond did. But it wasn't. He didn't do Shadow in SA2. I know the name of the Shadow's voice actor in that game.
I don't know who did it. So I mean, there's somewhere along here. All right, so X1 Blaster has officially pasted the thing for us to look at. It is time to check it out.
Post the link for me on Skype. The link to EONX Blaster's thing.
To shoot! Darn it!
Nice.
That was... Skype, you really gotta stop making it so that when I drag things, it does that.
Drag people into the call.
It didn't used to be like that. You did what? But Shrama, I'm not fan art worthy.
That's some good stuff, though. Ugh.
Sweat's poison? These Pokédex entries are weird. Provided that
right?
$75 Patreon, yes, I will be in more streams.
Yep, that's a Patreon goal of mine. If you pledge $75 a month, then you get to come on stream with me.
The boat still looks expensive, though.
It does look like an expensive boat, doesn't it?
Yes. Let's see here. Isn't that an Armaldo? I think that's what the name of that Pokemon is. Yes, that's an Armaldo. Okay, I'm not going. See, there was a point in time where, when they were only 649, I could name every single Pokemon and know what they looked like, but
Now it's just getting out of hand with there being more than 721 soon to be. If they decide to add 100 again, freaking 800 plus Pokemon.
Nice.
Of course, some are still as unoriginal as Voltorb, Garbage Bag, and Ice Cream. Oh, and also, the reason why you couldn't find Pico and Mr. Briny anymore was because after you get Surf and Fly at that point, when you get the 7th gym badge, they just basically say, hey, you don't need this guy anymore. You can go everywhere. And that's why he disappeared from the game.
He disappeared until we found him again on the Battle Frontier, or not the Battle Frontier, the cruise ship.
Yep, but he no longer will provide you a ferry service.
God damn, Mr. Briny.
Hey, he was probably close to retirement anyway.
Not close enough to retirement to where he can't become a captain of the cruise ship, apparently.
Apparently, Glitchy Bat said 700 is where he draws the line. And the smiles are acting up. Assassin Dog, come on now. Why you gotta be like that? What did poor xtremetuber do to you?
By the way, E1X Blaster, we can't edit this anyway.
How long's the stream been going?
Well, if you believe the call, the stream has been going for about 3 hours.
2.5 hours, it says.
But the time says 2.5 hours. And if I refresh, it should say 3 hours ago. Yes. Yeah, 69 Pokemon added in Pokemon X and Y was a very odd thing. How can you have less than 100 Pokemon for a new generation?
How many Pokemon did Generation 2 add?
100 and... somewhere around 100 to 110. It was at 200... I think it was just 100 because they went from 250... They went from 151 to 251. And then Ruby and Sapphire added the most. They added 104 Pokemon, I believe. No, Black and White added the most with 116.
Oh yeah, because Black and White had none of the original Pokemon.
I think they had some. Just in
Mostly
weird places.
original Pokemon.
The power of Lopunny compels you, Assassin Dog. hey, don't be so upset about Gen 2 not having dragons, Crosby. Scyther was pretty much a normal type until Generation 3 or 2. Because Scyther had exactly one bug-type move in Generation 2, and that was... Is Fury Cutter a bug move?
Fury Cutter is.
Fury Cutter was basically Scyther's essentially sort of signature move, but it was given to everybody else that it was a bug-type move just so that Scyther would have a bug-type move. It's also the same type of thing that happened to Gus, with Gus turning into a flying-type move, I think, in Gen 3, because I think it was still a normal type in Generation 2. Oh man, I gotta link something in the chat. This is, So you guys know how Nintendo re-released Red, Green, and Blue on the 3DS, right? Well, that opened a whole bunch of kids seeing how the games were originally, and it is glorious to look at. Because they asked about things like breeding, they asked about things like EVs and IVs, and they asked about... the best thing of all was their Pokemon fainting due to being poisoned. That was another thing. I gotta find that image somewhere.
We'll look at art again pretty soon. Alright, let's line these now.
Excuse me. That was not meant to be on stream.
No censorship here, except for things that literally aren't allowed on YouTube.
That is an interesting thing. What isn't allowed on YouTube?
Pornographic material.
Because that's getting quite...
Bullying, real-life violence, gore, well, real gore, I should say. Animal cruelty, abuse, stalking, just general harassment.
The anime certainly made Dragon Rage look very powerful when it only does 40 damage every single time. But to be honest, if you do 44 times, that's still 160 damage, and most Pokemon don't have that much hit points unless you really train them to have more. Oh, you shush, Glitchy Bats. We all know that we love making animals fight each other for money is only a thing that happens when you don't have people like Calvin and, like, well, my trainer. And I guess E1 X Blasters, too.
Was there EV training in Gen 1 or Gen 2?
There was no EV training until Generation 3, but there was something called Stat Experience. That is not. It was a weird system. EVs were introduced in Generation 3, as were IVs. Generation 3 was an entire overhaul of the system of Pokemon. Punchy! So, about the backstory... it seems as if the Sceptile didn't have that much of an opportunity to really experience much, but at least it was Professor Birch. I will say that of all the Pokemon professors, I love Professor Birch. Professor Birch, I feel, would be the type of person that my trainer would get along with. He just has this so interesting way of studying Pokemon that's so hands-on, and the fact that he also didn't just, pick up the Poochyena by the collar is hilarious. Hey, stop it, Poochie, stop it.
It didn't have a collar though.
Yeah, they all of them have the thing that their mothers carry them with.
Might be kind of awkward if a human grabs it.
Yeah, they wouldn't expect it, and they'd be startled by it, and their tails automatically go between their legs for it. I have done this with real dogs. But I don't know how stat experience work either. No, Adam. Birch is Professor Jontron now. That is the thing that people are calling him nowadays, not Jack Black.
Exactly. Jontron would make a good Professor Birch.
Especially since he has the ability to have like a... What is that bird that was introduced in Gen 4? He could have a... Come on! I can do this! I feel so embarrassed again.
Patrot?
No. I said bird. Chatot, yes.
Chatot.
Yes, he could have a Chatot. That'll be his jock. Let me go back to that Manifest Heart episode. Let's see here. So, typing in Manifest H on YouTube search leads you to Manifest Heart as the first result. And the third result is Manifest Heart Pokemon, which means that Ruby's search algorithm is actually in an interesting position. People are going to be exposed to Manifest Heart if they are trying to find various things. Now let's see if I type in Pokemon M, and what do I get? Pokemon M. Nope, not there. Okay, now back to the first episode. Which I'm gonna lower the volume in case for some weird dimensional fuckery the earbud is transferring to the microphone. It happens sometimes. Oh right, I can't hear YouTube videos. Derp. Forgot about that. No, wait, I can. Because if I can mute my mic, then I can. It's just a whole complicated thing. Where did I put my tablet?
Yes, I did see Jontron's bootleg Pokemon episode. It was hilarious. As usual.
So, Pokemon Jade is a game that came out that was a Game Boy Color game, and it has a deer that looks like Xerneas. I'm also going to link you guys something via DeviantArt that I favorited recently so that you can see how old it is. DeviantArt.com. No! Ugh. Also, what do you think of DeviantArt's new logo, Ruby?
New logo?
Yeah,
I mean, it's not a D anymore.
I don't know. It's okay.
Okay, guys. Are you ready for Pokemon Sun and Moon? Are you ready for Sun and Moon? Here we go. Just replace the missing dot and put it in the URL. And you will get Pokemon Sun and Moon from 2011. And there's yet another thing. Apparently, when it comes to Sun and Moon, people really like gems because these legendary mascots have gems on their foreheads and chests.
People are gonna be bringing up Sun and Moon to me all the time if that keeps being a thing.
They will, yes. Which is something you need to cut in the bud somehow. Like, maybe after a certain point, you could show, like, the original script that you had for the storyboarding that shows that you had that idea way before Sun and Moon were out.
TM, I think it was. TM. I like your fan art, but it's, like, really hard to read, and there's no way the people on the stream are going to be able to read what it actually says. I can barely read it myself.
Oh, TM.
I haven't played Shovel Knight, Crosby. But I feel like the reception is well deserved as opposed to Undertale. Ah, hello there, Aqua.
After I finish lining these clips that I just did the sketches for, we're probably gonna end the stream there because I gotta go soon. Ish. Gotta get a shower. Gotta take care of a few things. And yeah. We haven't shown off your fan art just yet, Aquaflame. We haven't shown off your meme, rather. But we will, at the end. We'll also show off Crosby's animation.
Well, this was definitely a fun stream, but I'm sure that it'll be even funner or more fun, depending on how you prefer your grammar, the next time that I'm on, when we can do an 8-hour stream together. Not that I'm confirming that Ruby is going to do an 8-hour stream, and that's just it. Yes, I'm pretty sure that once we have even more patron time, it'll be pretty fun and stuff.
Indeed. The thing is, though, I try not to have an 8-hour stream, but then I end up having a 9-hour stream. I really do want to start limiting streams to being 6 hours and not 9 hours.
That looks like the chair.
Mm-hmm. Shade's sitting in it.
Games Girl, you've asked that once before and the entire chat has answered for you. But if he uses a timer, then he'll feel like pressured and stuff. And you know, you don't want to have a timer for things like that, being all on the clock and like, it's just a stressful thing. Though some people, but I don't think he's the type of person for that. Some people actually do work better like that.
I would say I do work better with... On this specifically, I do work better with knowing that I have like a deadline to meet, or a certain amount of work I need to finish for a day. I do work better with that sort of frame of mindset.
But to have an exact timer, as in like 6 hours period, and then no more work can be done period. That sort of thing is what I think.
Yeah, I won't have a timer. I usually just want to get something done before I want to end the stream, though. If I feel like I haven't done enough, then I don't want to end the stream.
That is a good question. What game are you going to play next that isn't Pokemon or Halo on the Ruby Play series?
I think I said Skyrim before.
No, you can't do that. You can't. You
Why
can
not?
never have too much Skyrim. You will never, ever be able to stop. Well, I mean, obviously you will, but Skyrim is one of those games that's just not exactly streamable, really.
What are you talking about? It's like the most streamable game in the world.
How is this? How is Skyrim more streamable than Minecraft?
It just is. There's so much to do in Skyrim that you can show off. There's plenty of interaction to be had with the chat. There's plenty of like crazy zany moments that can happen. Skyrim is like the best game you could ever stream, honestly. Even better than Minecraft.
Ah, there it is.
Way better than Minecraft, actually, in terms of streamability.
Turns out that I almost stepped on it. That would have been bad. So, if your first Pokemon game was Ruby and Sapphire, then have you considered a way of playing the other games?
You mean, past Gen 3?
Before Gen 3 and past Gen 3.
Well, yeah. I can do it on an emulator.
So, are those the only Pokemon games you've played in terms of the main series, Gen 3 and such?
No, I have played Crystal, Fire Red, Leaf Green, Blue, Heart Gold, Pearl, Diamond, White, Ruby, Sapphire, and yeah, that's it. Oh, and Gale of Darkness.
So
And Stadium 1 and 2.
You've at least played Crystal, which is a pre-Eevee and Ivy game. But most of those other games you've listed have Eevees and Ivies. Even Red and Green remake.
Yep.
I'm surprised that Eevee training and Ivy training has made it into the common vernacular, though.
It's addictive. It really, one of the Pokemon's major appeals is like feeling like your team is unique to you. And what better way to do that than to go for a specific nature and go for a specific stat that you want to EV train the hell out of.
I could say that yes, I agree with that, but at the same time, I currently expect a bit more out of Nintendo than they're actually willing to give us right now, and you said something on a previous stream about what a proper main series console Pokemon game would be like, and it would be amazing in terms of what they'd be able to do.
Yep.
I want it so that by Pokemon to me, characters. Pokemon react differently based on their IVs, which is to say that thing that defines their trait, as well as their nature. Like, if I have a lonely natured Grovyle, for instance, I mean, obviously they'd react differently than to a Grovyle that's just the exact opposite nature, one that just can't get enough. I just imagine this sort of... What is that word? It's not... I guess it could be slightly yandere, a Grovyle, where it's like, it's not like I wanted to eat this Pokecup, but fine, I'll do it. That sort of thing.
Bye, Aquaflame.
You're right, it is Tsundere, but I'm also not Ryan.
They will make you Ryan.
Apparently they are calling for Ryan. Well, no, just that one person is, but... I don't sound a thing like Ryan, mate.
That shade chest. Look at his chest. Look at it. That hairy chest. Literally, he has a chest tuft over his gem, and I think that looks cool. Okay, that's that.
I am xtremetuber, and I'm going to say my name in chat. Well, no, I'm going to type a message in chat. If I can click the darn thing. There we go. If you watch the Pokemon Emerald stream, you will have known me for being the person that donated $25 3 times in a row. because I want to support Ruby that much.
I greatly appreciate it.
I do this with many artists. I commission them even when they are quote unquote not as good as they'd like to be or what people would want them to be, so that they continue, because if they don't continue, they won't improve. And my gosh, I was willing to commission him back when episode 1 was... the stream just went black. Did you do that?
Yeah, I did. I made Cycle Black.
I was willing to commission him back when episode 1 part 1 was out, but look at how much he's improved since then. I'm a Pokemaniac, apparently. No, I'm a dragon tamer. Make me a dragon tamer. And a gambler. A gambler and a dragon tamer. Oh man, Ruby, it's gonna be so good, that commission. They're gonna love it. And I'm gonna love it. And you already love it.
I'll work on it more today, I promise.
You don't have to promise. I mean, it's gonna get done. Like, I've had commissions that have taken me a month to get done. Not that you'd ever take a month, but I'm saying that it's as an example.
Alright, now time for fan art. And, hold on. We have, 2 thumbnail candidates this time. And I'll put a poll up for those, and then after we get the results in for that, we'll end the stream.
My favorite Pokemon is Grovyle, Crosby87.
Mine too. Okay, this was done by Saniva. We have Sai, beautiful, beautiful Sai, hypnotizing all of you people into joining the Ruby Empire.
Oh dear.
You better listen to him, because he's pretty serious about this. Thank you, Saniva. Next, we have a meme from Aqua Flame, I think it was. Yeah, Aqua Flame. We have another, I think it's a Spider-Man meme. Me, when Ruby says he won't add Piplup. And I've gotten a lot of requests for Pokemon, to put Pokemon into the series. The weirdest one I've ever gotten was a request to put in a Russian Beartic. Next, we have another one from, I think it's Artemis Minx. Hold on. Gotta find it again. Oh wait, no, it's not by Artemis Minx. It's by the style. I just said that because the style looks very, very similar to the other one that we saw. This one isn't by Artemis Minx. It's by Tiara in the chat. We have another thing based on yesterday's stream of Shade being all fabulous in a Pokemon contest using Shadow Ball. I think that was in the Smart contest. Shadow Ball is apparently smart. But then again, so is Toxic, so take it or leave it. So thank you very much, Tiara. I like the way you draw Shade. He kind of looks like a pony, honestly, the way you draw him. Next, we have another thing by Shrama, and it's actually art of xtremetuber himself, using Payday on Ruby of Blue. So you're a Meowth.
Apparently. I'll see it shortly.
With gold dentures, looks like. Very interesting design that Shrama gave you too.
That is an interesting design indeed, yes. Wow, that was a weird delay on my end. I'm gonna refresh. Let's see here. Are those sandals or boots?
Looks like they're shoes. Strap-on shoes. Yeah, sure, Saniva. Your picture is thumbnail material, and we'll put that in the poll at the end of the stream, so people can vote. So we definitely have 3 thumbnail candidates, then. Next, we have something from Saiyan Sapphire. This might be a thumbnail candidate. We have, once again, more Saiyan Sapphire going all yandere for Calvin. But this time, Calvin has his original hair color. Very interesting. Without the hair gel. And you pretty much nailed it. So we've got 4 thumbnail candidates, it seems. So I'm gonna take a little bit of time here to put those up, and then I'm just gonna give you guys time to vote, and then we will end the stream because I have things I need to attend to. If you didn't like the fact that it was shorter, I'm sorry. But
deal with it, Shades.
I think this stream was nice, short and sweet, and to the point.
You did get a lot done, but it was a lot easier too.
Yeah. We technically did get like all the clips done that we did on the last stream, just with a different process. Even more clips done than the last streams. It's just a different process.
What brand of hair gel does Calvin use?
No idea. Did
Of
not
course
give any
not.
thought to that.
Yes, because nobody would ever ask you that besides people like me that just go crazy with the details.
Okay, hold on, let me bring... Wait, this is not the scene I should be presenting. Alright, no, not monitor capture.
I think I might vote for Saiyan Sapphires.
Okay, here's candidate number 1. Candidate number 1, Shade, using Toxic at the Pokemon contest.
Oh no, if that's the candidate, oh no. I really like that one too.
And, candidate number 2. Here's candidate number 2, Echo versus Pyro. Candidate number 3, Saiyan Sapphire's Yanderiness. Well, I'll make the poll in just a second, guys. Don't post your vote in the chat. Well, you can post your vote in the chat, but it's not gonna... I'm not counting that. So, I'm gonna make a poll, and then I'm gonna post a link. So, in the description. So when I tell you to refresh the video so that you see it in the description, refresh your video. Alright, here's candidate number 4. Saniva's thing. Saniva's Psy-Hypnosis. And so I will jump over to Straw Poll for just a second and go and create that. So just give me a second. No, you don't need an account to vote on Straw Poll.
That is a good question. How is Shade's... How does any Pokemon that isn't a poison type using Toxic not get poisoned itself?
Maybe it's not active until it's been exposed to the open air.
I mean, snakes can still poison themselves, and so can scorpions. So it seems
the same
like
thing about how fire Pokemon don't burn themselves.
They can though, because like I mean, unless you count Generation 6, where everything was properly fixed. In Generation 6, grass types can't be leech seeded. They can't be. Yeah, the grass types can't be leech seeded. Poison types can't be poisoned. Electric types can't be paralyzed. Fire types haven't been able to be burned for a long time. I think Gen 5 even.
Okay, I posted the link in the description, so everybody who can't see it right now, go and vote. Refresh the video if you can't see it in the description, refresh it, refresh the page, and then click the link in the description or the one in the chat that I just posted. and go and vote on what you think the thumbnail should be based on the 4 images you see on screen now. And the order of the thumbnails, if you can't tell by the thumbnail name, or by the vote choices, the choice names, the names of the choices in the poll, the choices are numbered correctly, 1 through 4. The choices in the poll are numbered based on what you see on screen.
So, Saiyan Sapphire, tell me more about your Saiyan. Yes, I am curious.
Saniva, your picture is not doing too bad. This is like the most even poll we've had so far. Kind of. One of them's winning by almost 50%. We'll give it 5 more minutes. Remember, if you just got here, go and vote in the description. Go and vote on the poll in the description about what you want the thumbnail to be based on what you see on screen.
Oh, look at that, Ruby. Psi Hypnosis is picking up next to Shade Vomit. At this rate, it's going to be a two-way thing between Shade and Psi.
If it's a tie, then I will be the tiebreaker.
There was a whistle there with that S for me for some reason.
You're becoming an old man.
Here I am. Only 24 years old, already an old man. Back in my day, you didn't have this fancy-dancy inventory sorting system. We had to do it manually. We had to order things like potions, and there were no special berries. We had Prism Cure berries, we had... Well, I can't even remember more than the Prism Cure berries. Which became Pecha berries in Generation 3 when they really introduced them as proper things.
They just named the berries after the status moves?
They named the berries after the status move. There was, I think, Burn Cure Berry. I don't know if it was FRZ or if it was something along those lines. Which I can do because Bulbapedia. So...
I see we got 31 viewers right now, so I gotta ask, what the fuck's wrong with the rest of you? 11 people not voting. Go and vote in the description. Do it. Go. The thumbnail of this video depends on you. Do it. The 11 of you who aren't voting, go vote. Go. Go, 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 go. Also, like the video while you're at it.
Do it! Who is Fellas?
Pizzin Cureberry.
Yep, Cureberry.
Larissa Lisco, welcome back. Go and vote in the description about the thumbnail.
Pretty sure it was PSN though.
PlayStation Network Cureberry.
Yes, indeed.
There needs to be an XBL Cureberry.
Okay, we have Purr's Cureberry, which is paralyzed. We have Psn Cureberry, which is poison. We have Iceberry. Mintberry? What? I don't remember that. I do not remember that. That is... I swear I do not remember that. What in the world?
There's a berry that cures ice? How does that even work?
Well, no, it heals them of a burn, apparently. So it's like putting an ice pack on the burn.
Oh.
It's called frozen berry in Japanese.
Frozen berry. Isn't it called a rost berry, though?
That was what the rost berry would become, yes. Or that was what will become the rost berry. Burnt berry, Oh, this is great. Oh, I love you, Japan. Burnt berry heals a Pokemon from being frozen. Ice berry heals a Pokemon from being burnt.
That's cool.
I really don't remember the mint berry, though. I do not remember it. Asleep is what it cures.
23 votes, come on. What are the other few of you doing? Are you just asleep? Are you guys are the other few of you guys asleep or something? Go and vote in the description. Go.
We lost a viewer apparently.
Go. They must have got mad at me chastising them for not voting. They deserve it though. I'll post the link again in the description, or not the description, in the chat. Go 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 go. The string's gonna be ending soon. You need to get your vote in. This is a democracy. Give it 2 more minutes.
And of course, there's the Miracle Berry, which became the Michael Berry and Lumberry. That's the Oranberry, yeah. Berry. See, the thing is, back in the old days, these things were closer to reality than they are nowadays. It's like they had description of Raichu being able to take down an Indian elephant, and it was an interesting time for the Pokemon franchise, where they were just sort of on the precipice of figuring out whether and how they wanted to change it to make it like so that it just wasn't like fighting animals in our world. And you need to vote. There's that. Volcano baked meat for Mom. Oh my gosh, volcano baked meat. Matthew, Korean Crystal. I can't believe you made a reference to that.
I didn't show yours, TM, because the text is really, really blurry and pixelated and hard to read, so I couldn't really make it out.
Oh, Matthew, you did it because Glitchy did it. By the way, Glitchy, I figured out why, in terms of Eggy Ball Bag Fuck is a thing, because I figured the Korean translation for to put in was changed to that. So whenever you think about it, it actually makes sense, because for them to put in would make sense there. So you put it in the bag,
Well, Eggy Ball Bag Fuck.
Alright, well, before we end the stream and look at the poll, let's play one of Crosby's animations that he posted today. We'll only play one, but we'll play another one on the next stream.
Was Crosby the one that did Pink Fluffy Unicorns thing?
Yep.
We need to give Shade Pinkenberries, because that will turn him pink.
Okay, here is Crosby's newest animation, based on one of the Emerald streams that we did a while ago. There we go. You guys see that. Okay, here we go. Wait. MVP Crosby's not in the way. No. Okay. Here we go. Today, I'm visiting an area near Route 111. We're trying to spot some up-and-coming talent on the field. Today, we turned our lens to Trainer Calvin. Here's something about this trainer that piqued our interest. The best way to determine how strong a trainer is, well, the fastest way is to battle, so we began our investigation. That's how we ended up in a battle with Calvin. In a dominating performance, we were flattened, rolled up, and tossed aside. Calvin is ruthlessly strong. Here's our impression after having battled our featured trainer. The combination of Poochyena and Grovile was divine. The sight of them, Poochyena and Grovile, selflessly supporting each other in the thick of battle. It was a marvelous sight to behold. Mega Drain was the move the trainer used in our battle. The move Mega Drain is Poochyena and Grovile. Mega Drain is the sign of Grovile and Poochyena's friendship. Oh my god. I can't breathe. Thank you for that very much, Crosby. A very memorable stream moment. That was from the part 2 of the Pokemon Emerald stream.
Yeah, I was hoping that somebody had recorded that.
And now, looks like the poll ends with Shade Toxic Vomit Contest coming in at 11 votes. 42% of the votes. So congratulations to Artemis Minx, I think it was, who made that. You now have the thumbnail spot for this video. I think she also had the thumbnail spot for one other stream as well. So yeah, thank you very much to everybody who submitted fan art, as always. And now, oh wow. Oh, we got another really cool fan art.
Oh dear, Echo versus Pyro tied with Psy Hypnosis.
Got a really impressive one. Alright, take a gander at this, guys. We have Shade versus Espeon. Very, very cool. This is by Slightly Angry Unicorn on DeviantArt. Very nice. I like it a lot.
Ooh, that's the new generation's 3D background with the people that are just circles in a thing. But holy crap, that is amazing.
Yeah, it is great.
They definitely made Espy look like a Neko thing. Nekomata.
A cat fox thing. Thank you very much for this. This is awesome. Alright, that is it, everybody. That's it for the stream, and I am done for the week. I'm spent. I'm a little bit sick, honestly. I got a little bit sick last night. Had to take some drowsy medicine. But yeah, that is it, everybody. Thank you to xtremetuber for joining me on this stream. And thank you to Crosby for donating. Any amount is appreciated. And thank you to everybody who submitted fan art, as always. And also, congratulations to Larissa Lioko, as we call you now. And Echo, I think it was, for winning the Guess That Food contest. Thank you to Belle for sleeping in my room and not harassing me this time. And yeah, that is it, people. We might play Skyrim next week, on next Saturday. I haven't really solidified it yet. We'll see what happens. But if we do play Skyrim, then I'm really looking forward to that. But I'm done for this week, so I will see you all next week, and we will have lots of fun. I love you guys. Peace out.
Bye, everybody.